Здрасте. Вот бы найти автосейв. Или сейв. Нашел. Так. Нам надо сюда. Как, короче, все пройти. Значит, вот так вот. Пом-пом-пом-пом-пом. И вот сюда. Легко.
You look down on a large village on the banks of the water. Some of the village is built on stilts in the river. A wooden bridge spans the fast-flowing water. A huge wooden palisade has been erected to protect the village from attack. The guards on the palisade are watching you. Their armor looks well cared for and well made. The smith who made them knew what he was doing. You conclude that the men depend on the protection the armor offers and aren't just wearing them to look good. They're certainly not villagers.
Короче, явно не крестьяне. Короче, сейчас пизды дадут. Слушай, это я разве уже не проходила, а? Ёбаный рот. Ну ладно, еще раз пройдем. Давай сюда быстро вот так. Хотя, может, меня даже пустят, а?
That's right. I can see to it that orcs crack open their skulls on your gate, just like at home on the High Pass. Skulls that add up to hard cash for you.
You only know about the second link stronghold from books, but you can see in the man's face you've pushed the right buttons.
All right then. You can spend the night in the village.
Нифига себе. Мы изменили судьбу. Вот это да. Так, что он там сказал? С утра нужно починить будет ворота. Да.
After a meal, you spend the night in the comfort and shelter of a Goodwater tavern. The next morning, you feel fully refreshed. You strengthen the gate with cross braces of wood and iron, using your experience and skill. Now it should be able to withstand an attack for much longer. Mercenaries and villagers alike watch you work, clearly impressed. As you finish, a man approaches you.
Well done, dwarf. We were right to bring you into our village.
The village grew rich through bridge tolls, and this wealth must be defended.
I've spent almost half an orbit strengthening the gate. How about a bit of compensation?
The council member's face darkens.
We've paid for food and lodgings, and because we're generous, we've also thrown in the bridge toll. Good day, Mr. Dwarf.
Видимо, у меня неподходящий характер, чтобы играть в эту игру, я не знаю. Как-то люди не так ко мне относятся.
Every little sound in the forest makes you fear you've been discovered by a horde of orcs. But you reach the end of the day without bumping into any of the greenskins. It seems as though Vrakas has granted you one more day in Girdlegard. As night begins to fall, you pass a large oak tree and decide to call it a day. Near the oak tree is an abandoned camp with a fireplace, which appears to be a couple of days old.
Так, погасший костер. Устроиться Ну вот это вот самый крутой вариант, мне кажется, слушайте. В дубе-то спать, гному то самое.
You're prepared to sleep in a tree like a bird if it means escaping the orcs' attentions. You sling your rope twice around your stomach and the trunk of the tree to stop you from falling accidentally. You close your eyes and dream. You see North Pass and smell the fresh, icy wind that sweeps over the peaks of Great Blade and Dragon's Tongue. But the harmony is interrupted by the hideous roar of an unending flood of orcs throwing itself unceasingly against the fortification. You smell the disgusting green blood of the orcs and taste the rancid fat of their armor on your tongue. The bitter taste becomes stronger until it's unbearable and wrenches you out of your dream. You open your eyes and are surprised at the brightness as a glance at the sky confirms that it's still night. Your eyes move towards the ground, and what you see makes the blood in your veins freeze.
Подгрузки долгие в игре. Их много, и они долгие.
I am Sinthras of Son Balsur. My master, Nod On the Doublefold, ruler of the perished land, has elected you, the lords of Taboribor, to be the sword that conquers the south.
You mean you want us to put our necks on the line and be killed by some magus?
Lord Yonan and the others will be taken care of. Your task is to create a diversion in the south until my master's plan succeeds.
And which of us is the leader?
The one that conquers the most land.
So Kragnar will be the new Grand Lord.
He glares at Ushnox and Bashkug.
The Kragnar Shore tribe will conquer the most land.
Never! We will overwhelm the cities of the Red Bloods quicker than you can suck the marrow from a bone!
We shall see.
You can't believe what you're hearing. If the beasts of Tion ride into battle together, catastrophic cycles lie ahead for Girdlegard.
Нормально вы так на ветку собрались. В дуб. Только там было сказано, что мы типа в дубе будем. А я на ветке.
The night in the oak tree was the worst of your life. You spent every single moment afraid that you would be found and savaged by the orcs. But as the first rays of sun broke through the treetops, the orcs abandoned their camp and left without discovering you.
Better safe than sorry.
Your eyes scan the deserted camp, and you listen carefully for any noise. But you don't see or hear anything suspicious. You're overcome by the urge to vomit. You have, of course, heard the stories, but seeing with your own eyes that orcs actually do eat humans is a long way from just reading about it.
This is the place. I knew it was here. Come on then, find that stupid necklace. Hey, Fuskar! In front of you! A grounding! Perfect for a spotted breakfast.
Так, важный выбор. Их что-то много тут. Вот это вот явно не то. Попробуем убежать.
You know that you're no warrior, but perhaps you can escape with a diversion.
Бля. Бля.
Oink, oink, little piggies!
Go and get it, and this time, hold it tight. Hey, that one was mine.
You're just too slow, dear brother.
Too slow? Just wait.
Сразу два братика. О, так. Хоп. Я помню об этой функции. Так, значит, ты умеешь прыжок, ты умеешь перед собой, да? Вот так вот давайте. Ага, вот так вот. Так вот, я понял. Так, давай пробуем вот так просто сделать. Так, я вот понял, что этот чувак очень жесткий. Его надо туда вот бежать. А у него не хватит стамины, блять. Ну ладно. Ему тоже надо нихуя. Так, взрывается. А урон наносит вообще? Ага, сбить с ног можно. Давай, вот сейчас он собьет с ног, и мы добьем одного, который упадет.
I didn't hit you very hard. Ow! Another one bites the dust. With pleasure. All right. Say goodbye.
Так, что-то, блять, это я потерял ход боя. Этот парень ебашит топориками нормально. Просто вот так вот бьем. Этот парень у нас вообще юзался. Блять, вот так хотя бы ударь хуй. Надо бежать тебе, короче, чувак. Блин, короче, хайперят вообще по полной. Так, значит, смотрим, кто лежит. Вот этот должен лежать. Вроде все. Бля, он что, в этого попал, что ли? Ёбаный в рот. Давай, попробуй, короче, дать свою камбушку. Ты бежишь сюда. А, нет, ты вот, эти, вот это бежишь. А ты вот сюда бежишь. Так, почти завалил. Этот мертв, я так понимаю, да? Да, мертв. Или он бежит, типа. Он стоит вроде. Да, попробуем сейчас смотреть. Что за хрень? Кто это стреляет? Так, ты назад. Ты вперед. Блять, ну бегите, алло, ребята, вы чё за хрень? Я что-то не понимаю. Они друг друга тычутся. Так, ты должен вот этого чувака бить, короче. Все, он понял. Хорошо. Просто ваншотит их. Ой, там их 3, ёпта.
As good as done.
Others will take.
Я своего убил, блядь. Твою мать. Какой я ЛС. А чё он с одного молота, что ли, полёг, что ли? Это вообще бред. Не, ну так-то не бред. Молот тяжелый, гном нет. Сука.
And what now?
Huh?
Huh? Say goodbye forever. Yes? Huh?
Это, конечно, мощно. Этим молотом бьет, надо это осторожно.
And what now?
Yes? Huh?
What is it?
Он ваншотит их вообще.
Of course.
On my way.
Так, вот они сейчас тыкаться будут друг к другу, это полная хрень, по-моему.
Another one bites the dust.
Understood.
Too easy. Huh?
Yes?
What is it? And what now?
Блядь, почему я не могу действие нажать? А, в касте, потому что я понял. Короче, попробую их толкнуть.
He hardly put up a fight.
Не, они не получают урона, когда их толкают, полная хрень.
Yes? On my way.
Ебать, еще набежала.
What is it? And what now?
Yes?
Huh? I'm with you. Yes, yes. Yes? What is it?
Uh-huh.
What is it? With pleasure. Oh, what bad luck for you! Huh?
Yes?
Huh?
Этот вообще на изиче там стоит, его бьют 6 орков. Ему вообще пофиг. Хорошо.
Huh? End it.
And what now? Huzzah! What is it? What is it? They're hitting me pretty hard! Ow! Another one bites the dust!
Слушай, я, кажется, неправильно поступаю, мне надо, наверное, лучников сначала свалить.
I'm with you! I need help over here! Quickly! Who's next?
They're hitting me pretty hard.
Yes, yes!
Yes?
Yeah! Too easy!
On my way.
Huh? Come here, you!
Блядь, они все прут и прут. Чё за хрень? Когда эти орки кончатся? Не, ну я понял, что вот этот чувак самый сильный как бы из них. Тут сразу понятно. Вот и толстый попался. Так, этот стоит. Этот умирает.
Yes?
Этот вообще пофиг ему. Надо идти ему туда, куда-то. Вот туда. А, не отсюда, он вот так вот набежали сверху. Но этот вот этих разъебал.
with you! Huzzah!
Huh? Understood.
Главный герой стоит в сторонке.
On my way.
Так. Ну все, изи, короче. Главное, чтобы этот чувак не сдох.
I'm with you! Too easy!
And again.
Дэмэджа у него куча вообще. Просто начинает махать этими своими топорами и заканчивает всех.
Oink oink! That's all? No more orcs?
Well fought, young friend. Do you happen to be tongued ill?
Well fought? But he fought like a...
Boindale, what do you expect? He grew up amongst the humans.
Who are you and how do you know my name?
My name is Boindale Hookhand of the clan of the Swinging Axes. This is my brother Boindale Doubleblade. We've been sent to find you.
Call me Ironheart. Are there any more piggy snouts around here?
Double Blades перевели как равнорукий, что ли. То есть, как бы, бред какой-то.
You turned up at just the right moment. But are you sure it's me you're looking for?
The High King Gundrabur sent us to fetch you and bring you to Ogre's death in the Secondling realm in the south.
So he received the letter from my master. And am I a secondling?
Well, something like that, I guess.
There was a meeting last night. The Elfar serve a certain Nod On who calls himself Lord of the Perish Land. They have enlisted 3 orc hordes to cause unrest in the south.
Did you hear that, Boandal? Piggy snouts!
The Elfar from Son Balzur and the Orcs from Taboribor are working together?
And could ally with the orcs from the Perish Land.
The twins look at you solemnly. You all know what that would mean for the people of Girdlegard.
Then my family was found and the High King wants to bring me back to my clan.
No, you're not a secondling. You're a fourthling. And you're to...
The High King will tell you all about that once we get to Ogre's death. We should get going.
We've got to...
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. But it's our duty to get you to the Ogre's Death Fortress in one piece.
I thought the duty of dwarves was to protect the innocent in Girdlegard.
Lot Yonan and King Broron will take care of the orcs. We 3 must be careful. You're not exactly a warrior.
But he has broad shoulders and broad hands. There's hope for him yet. So when you've got the chance to split a few orc skulls, you should take it.
I would be happy to follow you into the realm of the secondlings. In truth, there is nothing I would rather do. But first, I must travel to Blacksaddle and return some things to a former famulus of Lot Yonan.
Blacksaddle isn't exactly on our way.
It's on my way. We can head south as soon as I've carried out Lot Yonan's orders.
Well, he's certainly got the stubbornness of a dwarf. Perhaps we'll be able to make a real dwarf of him on the way.
All right, we'll accompany you. The sooner we find that famulus, the quicker we can get back to the mountains.
I'll have to send Lot Yonan a message by carrier pigeon on the way. And if we happen to stumble upon a couple of orcs...
I like you, but we'll have to find you another name. Bolafar. It's about as good as Lipsmith, Paddletosh, or Blufflegrump. It is stupid, senseless, and definitely not a name of honor. What are you good at?
I'm good at reading.
Reading? You're a scholar?
Имба какая-то чисто. Офигеть можно. Можно мне всем такую пассивку?
You arrive at a crossroads with a tavern on the corner. A warm light is emanating from its window, lighting up the road around it. A stone sculpture of a sheep stands in front of the door, and above it a sign, swaying gently in the breeze, reads, "The Stone Sheep." You observe the surroundings, but the road is empty and no one leaves the tavern. You notice a broken window on the first floor, which has been boarded up with planks. Something wet drips onto your nose, and you look up to the cloudy sky with a bad-tempered expression.
Huh. Why are we standing here and just getting wet from the outside?
You enter the tavern with a determined stride, and are greeted by a thick wall of pipe smoke. The dozen or so drinkers at the tables turn towards you, then give each other astonished and slightly worried looks. You walk to the nearest empty table with the twins in tow and sit down. The landlord comes out from behind the bar.
What can I get you?
You hear surly muttering from one of the tables.
What are groundlings doing showing their faces here, now of all times?
You turn to the guest who'd muttered something about groundlings.
And why is it so strange that we're here?
The man glances up briefly and then stares drunkenly at his tankard and mutters with a slur,
Don't play the innocent. The orcs are terrorizing our lands. And whose fault is it? You let them in.
I was not at the Stone Gateway, and I don't know what happened. But you can be sure of one thing. Dwarves would never cooperate with orcs. We kill them no sooner than we say them, or my name isn't Boindle Doubleblade.
The drunkard and his neighbour are given a start. They mumble an apology and turn their attention to the beer in front of them.
We're tired and long for a proper bed.
Of course, gentlemen.
You spend a restful night in the tavern and then head off on your way again.
Что эта штука значит, интересно? 4 написано.
There are dead orcs lying in the defensive trenches
сразу 4
and
еды
strewn
это забираю,
in
точнее.
front of the city. Some of the locals are busy throwing the bodies on pyres, while others repair the minor damage done to the city wall. You enter the city and the garrison at its centre without being spoken to. It is only when you reach a heavy oak door that leads, you assume, to the commanding officer's headquarters, that you are halted by a guard.
Dwarves, eh? Seems we aren't to be spared anything these days. What do you want?
It looks like you've got an orc problem.
Had. Our scouts detected the army early on, and we were able to repel them without any great losses. A small army of orcs like that couldn't breach our mighty walls.
Your mighty walls look like they're about to collapse under their own weight.
The soldier isn't intimidated by Boindle. He juts his chin out confidently.
At least they stopped the orcs, unlike your dwarven walls in the north.
Huh.
I didn't know that Steepleton was so big. Impressive place.
We have fertile meadows. That's what we have to thank for the city's growth in recent years. At the time of my grandparents, Steepleton was nothing more than the tower on a hill with a couple of houses. Now we have a market, a temple, and of course, there are royal messengers stationed in the tower, which doesn't do the city's coffers any harm at all.
You said you had messengers here. I'd like to send a carrier pigeon to Lot Yonan in Yonendar.
Lot Yonan in Yonendar. No problem. It will cost you 90 gold pieces.
If the carrier pigeon delivers my message safely to Lot Yonan, then it's worth its weight in gold.
Then I'll send for a scribe. You can dictate your message and I...
Thank you, but I can write it myself. Paper and ink will be sufficient.
The guard nods. You don't blame him for thinking you are illiterate. Very few ordinary folk can read or write. Once you've been given the writing implements, you write down a summary of what happened at the meeting of the Alf and the Orcs.
I must speak with your commander.
Commander Valor doesn't have time. He's still very busy dealing with the aftermath of the Orc attack.
Commander Valor is dealing with the Orc problem, and I have important information concerning it. I witnessed a meeting of the Orc Lords.
The guard eyes you with interest and tries to judge whether you can be trusted. Finally, he stands up, opens a door, and enters the room ahead of you. The commander looks up from his work. The guard repeats what you told him.
Your information about the Orcs could be useful. We have fought them back, but not yet defeated them. Come in.
The commander listens attentively, and now and then asks questions, as you tell him about the 3 Orc armies and the meeting of the chieftains with the Alv Sintheras.
This sounds very grave. I will send out messengers. We must be prepared.
The Orc army that attacked you was able to escape.
What was left of it? They headed south. Unfortunately, I can't send anyone after them until the damage to the wall is repaired.
The commander looks at you with a disgruntled expression. It suddenly seems clear to him who he has standing in front of him.
If you're interested, you could try and wipe out the mob that got away and collect the bounty.
Killing pig noses and getting paid for it? Where's the heads?
You grin at Boindil, and then turn back to the commander.
We'll see what we can do. We must press on. Farewell, Commander Valor.
Kill as many Orcs as you can, Dwarves. Palandi will be with you.
You see a camp with a wagon and 2 people on the edge of the path. Behind them, Black Saddle towers up above a thick, dark forest, about a half a day's journey away. Two horses are standing near the covered wagon, grazing. You can make out the shapes of boxes and barrels on the wagon. The 2 humans are wearing smart clothes and are sitting next to a large campfire. They don't seem to have noticed you yet. You don't want to give them a shock, so you address them while you're still a distance away.
Hello, friends. Is there any space by your fire?
The 2 traders look up and visibly jump when they see you 3 dwarves.
Ah, hello. Yes, of course.
It doesn't escape your attention that you seem to be causing the traders some uneasiness, but you take up their offer and sit down. The twins follow your example.
We're only travelers. We're looking for someone who's said to live on Black Saddle. A hermit.
Someone who lives here?
The traders exchange amazed looks.
If they live here, they must be mad.
Normally we wouldn't stop and rest here, but the horses are too exhausted. Our departure from Parista was delayed and we must have driven them too hard.
Why does Black Saddle make you feel uneasy? It doesn't look particularly inviting, but it's only a mountain.
Only a mountain? You don't know the legend?
The trader looks at you and the twins for affirmation, but you all shake your heads.
Black Settle was once known as Cloudpiercer, and it towered up into the heavens, the upper slopes of pure gold and the summit covered in snow. The humans wanted to attain this wealth, but the smooth slopes and the dazzling summit made the climb impossible. They called on the dwarves to help them. They were able to tunnel up through Cloudpiercer to the top. They hollowed it out and carried away the gold. The humans demanded that the treasure be shared, but the dwarves refused, and as they argued, the mountain began to tremble. There were too many holes inside for it to hold together. It collapsed and buried both greedy parties underneath it. The mountain lost its tremendous size and its beauty, and ever since has haunted both humans and dwarves with its erosive hatred, causing even the rocks to turn black over time.
Pfft. Never heard of it. Sounds like human tittle-tattle. Dwarves would never hollow out a mountain so much that it collapses.
You come from Parista. How are things there?
No news to speak of, I'd say. Well, except for Nudin the Knowledge Lusty.
You know Nudin the Knowledge Lusty. Lot Yonan introduced him to you many years ago during a visit.
What about him?
Oh, nothing really. Just rumors.
You nod at the trader to continue.
He's behaving strangely and disappears into his tower for days on end.
Well, he looks ill, apparently. But that's what someone I know said. Perhaps he got a spell wrong.
Later in the night, after eating together and some friendly conversation by the campfire, you all decide to sleep. But you take the first watch. It's a night in which nothing happens, and the next morning the traders set off early. After breakfast, you also continue on your journey.
Такая большая карта. Неужели мне по всей ней можно будет ходить? Видимо, да. Видеть можно. Да. Сейчас пока что только эта территория открыта. Потом, видимо, еще откроется по мере прохождения. Так, на этом, наверное, можно закончить пока что. В следующей серии пойдут черная ярма.